Sony Computer Entertainment America presents a Universal Interactive Studios production.
A game created and developed by Naughty Dog. Bandicoot 4.
Everybody.
Press start to begin.
Oh, I got interrupted. Alright. Hi guys, my name is HawaiianPaunch. Obviously that's not my real name. My name is Brian, but by the channel name I'll be going HawaiianPaunch. Welcome to my first LP ever. I figured for LPs, everybody likes to do a game they're familiar with. Everybody likes to do a game. Oh, I got a different thing. Oh, well, let me go ahead and just explain that that for my first LP, I wanted to do a game I was really familiar with, a game that I grew up playing, and one of the key series from my childhood was the Crash Bandicoot series. So I wanted to do my favorite, which is the third one, and I'm gonna shut up right now and let this cutscene play.
Free at last.
Uka is free. No, it cannot be. Evil, great evil has come.
None have dared to fail to break Uka even once. But you, Cortex, you have failed me twice.
Great Uka, it was that infernal Bandicoot.
From deep inside my temple prison, I sent you simple instructions to follow. But you lost the gems, you lost the crystals, and I have lost my patience. There is now no other power source left on this planet.
I know we've had a few unfortunate setbacks.
And failed. But since your bumbling has managed to set me free, I am feeling generous. There is still a way for us to amass the power needed to enslave this miserable planet. And this time the great Uka will make sure that you do it right.
After many eons, my evil twin, Uka, has been freed from his underground prison. Long ago, I locked him there to protect the world from his malice. Now, freed once again, he must be stopped. Children, Uka and Cortex plan to use this time-twisting machine to gather crystals that lay scattered across time. I have brought you here to recover the crystals before they do so. To open the time portal, simply stand on a button and then jump into the portal. Good luck.
Alright, so if you've never played Crash Bandicoot before, it's your basic platformer, and it's probably one of the best platformers I've ever played. Again, this is one of my childhood games. I love playing this game. I poured hours into it, and the general concept is we have 5 worlds here. Obviously, we only have access to one, and each world has 5 levels, and obviously they're gonna get progressively harder as we go along, and then there will be a boss at the end of each world that will fight, and we're supposed to find a crystal, and you'll know what they look like when we go in there. And each level has 1 crystal. We go through, get all of them, fight Cortex at the end and win the game, save the world, all that fun stuff. So there's been a lot of changes to the Crash Bandicoot series today. There's a lot more games than just this third one. You're kind of probably confused why I didn't start with the first one. Well, to be completely honest, that first game of the series isn't necessarily my favorite. I don't like playing it as much. Maybe I'm just a little bit spoiled with all the little additions they made to the series, with all the different things like sliding and this high jump. But to me, I get the most enjoyment out of playing this one out of all the games in the series. So I figured, why not record this one for my first Let's Play? So bear with me as I go through and just go through this game, and I hope you enjoy. Again, this is LPs for me are totally out of my comfort zone. I don't know how to do any of it. I just now figured out how to set up the console and all that, and I'm interested to see how I'm gonna do. So enough of me rambling. Let's go ahead and get into the first level, Toad Village. So let's go ahead and go.
Crash, crash, crash. Why must you always muck in my mud? Oh, look, I have a mask helping me, too. We will find out which one is more powerful soon enough.
I probably forgot to mention that the bad guy for this game, or the antagonist, is Dr. Neo Cortex. You just saw him on screen. Just some general things about this game. You got boxes here. Wow, I totally just messed up that jump. And you want to go through each level and break all the boxes. You get a gem at the end for breaking all the boxes. Some you can't really get until you get power-ups, or you come back and get other kinds of different gems. But again, we'll come back to that later. I'm fairly well-versed in this game, I guess, if you can put it that way. We have checkpoints as well in these boxes, as well as enemies like the goats. And again, first couple levels for me are a breeze. I'll get done with them really quick. But some of the later levels are I have had trouble with ever since I was a kid. I've been playing them even today. I'm in past my teenage years, and I'm still having trouble with them. So those boxes right there with the mask on them, that's Aku Aku. He represents like an extra life, almost like kind of like a shield. He stacks 3 times. The third one gives you invincibility, so you want to keep as many stacks of him as possible. Right here we got a bonus area, and to get the gem, you have to go to these bonus areas and break all the boxes in them. So you can't just skip them. They're not something you can't. They're not optional. Again, most of these bonus areas are pretty straightforward, pretty easy to deal with. Sometimes they have hidden boxes, sometimes they don't. But we'll see that as we go through this game. And it's also nice that they added in there's 7 boxes in the level, and you've broken 7 boxes, so you don't feel like you missed anything, as well as total boxes in the level. We already have more than half the boxes of the level already. And again, there's several things about this game compared to the first 2 I really like about it, and it just makes the gameplay that much more enjoyable. I don't feel like I missed anything. I don't feel like I'm having to backtrack or second guess myself while I play. So again, this is my first LP, so again, you're gonna have to bear with me. Like I said, I almost got my head cut off. Here we go. Here's a crystal. These are the crystals that I was talking about that we need to collect. We need to collect 25 in total, 1 per level, and you get that cool little animation, that little angelic chorus noise when you collect something like that. Also with gems too. These boxes up here, they will turn metal and unbreakable if you let them sit too long. So it's best to get them as quickly as possible. Sometimes you need to break them when they're on a certain slide. When you break all the boxes in the level, you get these cool little gems, and they're also required to get 100% in the game. And so they're important to get as well. Again, you can't get all of them until you come back and do certain things in later levels, but most of the levels, like this one, will have gems that you can get right away. You might have seen up there was another thing along with the crystal and the gem. That would be a time relic. We can't really get time relics until, well, we could do that now, but I want to save that for later on. After I beat all the first 25 levels, I plan on going back through and getting those relics. It's just, to me, better if we do it that way. Right here, we level 2, we have Under Pressure, and I think we have time to do this level. And our first water level, I'm sure the mantra out there is that water levels are just death and taxes and negative things. I guess you could say that about this one. It's a little, sometimes the controls are a little iffy for water levels in this game, but for the most part, I've found out as I've gotten older that I can control it better than I was when I was playing this as a kid. So as we go through, the only thing I hate is that. Great. Those bomb things are a little annoying. They track you, and they're a little hard to avoid sometimes when you need to get some boxes. And it always bothers me that this thing is electrified, and we're underwater, and yet the whole water around it isn't electrified. At least that doesn't make sense. But hey, it's video game logic. Who am I to complain? Another thing I like about this game is when you get death animations. Not that I'm gonna try and test that out. I mean, a lot of the enemies in this game, a lot of hazards, have their own. Crash has his own death animation for them. It's really creative and really funny, and sometimes I went out on my way just to die on purpose just to see what would happen if that thing killed me. And granted, I'm not going to be aiming for that during this Let's Play, but there's probably a good opportunity where I will suck royally, and you'll see what it looks like. Another thing right here, there's so much I'm including in this video, but we have this little jet ski thing. It can do a lot of things. It can shoot projectiles like that. I think it has a speed boost thing. Oh boy. Speed boost thing to get through obstacles that's probably going to be used later on, right now. But you can shoot these red coral things. They have boxes in them, so if you miss them, you mix the boxes, you miss out on the gem. So it's important to keep an eye out on those. Again, these first few levels are pretty straightforward. They're really easy for me, and when we get later on, I gotta start paying attention to more things, more hazards. So just go through all that. You can also shoot, I think, those bombs that I was talking about that track you. Yeah, those things. Let me make sure that's true. It is true. All right, makes it a lot easier to go through these levels. Oh, but obviously I didn't do that on purpose. That was the level doing its own thing. Go through here, break logic itself, and go around here. Yeah. And this game is making me so reminiscent of my childhood. You can also spin. Ooh, almost died. Spin around. It's also good when you need to dodge things like that. Okay, how am I gonna... This is the part of this level I've always had trouble with because of this stupid bomb. I don't know how to get around it without having to lose my mask. Oh man, I don't know how I made that. Shoot you. Screw you, man. Shoot this. Yeah. Usually I've always had trouble with that. And... Okay. There's a lot of times I'm gonna be like flipping out over or getting frustrated and all these certain things. And that's kind of how I am. Just I like to flip out and exaggerate a little bit. That's my personality, and it's just okay. That's just my personality, and I'm hoping that it'll shine through. I gotta go. Oh shoot! Ah! Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Like I said. Oh my gosh! And there's a box hidden in that coral, if you can see it, and dang it, that means I missed out on the gem already. Okay, yep. See, that's frustrating. Okay, well, I can come back and do that off screen, but I think this is a good place to stop. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully this is the beginning of something completely amazing. I'm excited to see where this LP will go. I'm excited to see how I'll do through that, how I'll keep up, how I'll stay sane. And man, there's microphone feedback. But yeah, I'm gonna stop there. That's all I got. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.